All right, what's up? It's late, but we got to post every day. So here I am. I just got back from a tournament. I'm super tired, a Pokemon tournament. I unfortunately lost in the top 4 of the top cut, but that's okay. And I wanted to talk about my experience at Steak and Shake. Right before Top Cut, we went to Steak and Shake, and I want to talk about the experience and some of the things that people say about Bitcoin and against Bitcoin, and how this refutes some of it. So I'm super tired. I don't even know if I have the energy to edit this video, but it's super cool. So it says like the exchange rate of Bitcoin on the receipt. So 1 USD equals 1,404.21 sats. So I paid $9.89 USD. All Bitcoin transactions are final. Please consult your local regulations regarding refunds and tax obligations. And that says Steak Toshi at the bottom. So shout out to Steak Toshi. And yeah, it was just a super smooth experience. Like my friends were paying with credit cards, and I was like, it took just as long as it did for them. I just did it right from my River app. Just because I had some Bitcoin sitting in there. And that's the cool thing about these exchanges too, like River, Strike. The Lightning payments are just built in natively. So basically you can just buy $10 or whatever worth of Bitcoin and spend it right away. And that's one of the things people say against spending Bitcoin is, well, I don't want to spend Bitcoin, I'd rather spend my dollars. But it's really negligible because you can just buy and replace, right? So you'd spend dollars on buying a burger. What's the difference if you just buy $10 worth of Bitcoin and then immediately spend that Bitcoin on a burger, right? It's called the spend and replace method. And you wouldn't incur a tax capital gain on that either, because you bought it and used it right away. So you can mark that transaction as coming from that specific purchase. So that's a win-win there. And then what other people say about Bitcoin is that it's too slow, it's old technology. This was so fast, right? It was just as fast as using a credit card, and that's enabled by the Lightning Network. The Lightning Network is amazing. It works really well. Think of it like a bar tab on top of Bitcoin. It does a more batch of transactions and then settles them in one larger transaction. So when people say Bitcoin's too slow, it's too expensive, yeah, if I was going to, broadcast this transaction for my burger onto the blockchain, wait for the mempool to pick up the transaction, etc., yeah, it would take forever, but you don't need to do that, right? That's just for the security and the decentralization of the base layer of the network. You don't need that for day-to-day transactions. And in the future, it's not going to be that way. We'll have layer 2s, just like in our current financial system. We have layer 2s on top of the base layer of money, right? If you're going to Chipotle, you don't send them a bank wire or an ACH transfer, right? Use a credit card, which is a layer 2 on top of the base layer of money, which is the same thing that's happening here. So yeah, it's super cool. I paid 13,888 sats. Cool number there. But yeah, I'd recommend anyone go and just see how easy it is to use Bitcoin. And we're not that far away from Bitcoin being adopted. It's incredibly easy. Steak and Shake is an early adopter, and they're going to do really well because of it. It's a great company. I wonder who Steak Toshi is. It says that on all the receipts. So yeah, let me know. Have any of you guys done this? If not, definitely recommend it. It could just even like start a conversation, or you could bring someone and maybe they'll understand Bitcoin more if they see it in action, right? It's easy to just think it's just a number on a screen. It doesn't mean anything. But when you can actually use it as money, right, that's really powerful. Yeah, I just think this is so cool, and just a little bit a taste of what Bitcoin adoption will look like in the future. And it's just going to be so cool when it reaches an even larger level of adoption. But yeah, the argument doesn't make sense that Bitcoin is slow and old and expensive, because these other tokens, right, they sacrifice the security of the base layer for that speed and that low transaction fees. Like I talked about this in a previous video, but with Solana is hyped for being able to process a lot of transactions, but the network is less decentralized because the blocks are so fast and it's so easy to get a transaction through. It takes an incredible amount of storage to become a validator of the Solana blockchain, right? Blockchain might be it is a blockchain, but it's not decentralized like Bitcoin is. So yeah, sure, it's going to be expensive if you send a base layer Bitcoin transaction, but that's why we have layer 2s, and those layer 1 settlements will still be important, right? If you're doing a big transaction like buying a car, making it like a mortgage payment, or like countries are settling between each other, like for foreign trade, that's important, right? You need to go on the blockchain and verify your transaction, see the confirmations, and then eventually see it get placed into a block to verify. But if I'm going to buy a burger, I don't need that level of visibility and transparency, which is fine, right? That's why you should keep your Bitcoin in cold storage, right? That's your secure Bitcoin. But if you're just keeping your spending Bitcoin within your exchange or within your Lightning wallet, that's fine, right? That's liquid Bitcoin, right? That's all being kept track of on these layers, and is just going to be used for day-to-day spending now and in the future. So yeah, it was a good experience. Definitely go if you haven't. But yeah, thanks for watching the videos. And yeah, as always, together, let's work, save, and build a better future with Bitcoin. See you in the next video.